I met Kay in 2011 in Andrew Rice's backyard when we had hosted a fundraiser for Sally's List. She came up to me that night and was like, I am considering running for office in the future. Could we have a meeting? And the next day, not kidding, Andrew Rice decided to resign from the state Senate, leaving House District 88 open. I called her immediately.
I learned about Senator Floyd actually while I was on the campaign trail. People were talking about that this very intelligent, very articulate, very powerful minority leader.
I got to work with her for 4.5 years, and it was an incredible experience.
So the first time I met Senator Floyd, she may not remember this, but it was at a campaign fundraiser, and I had my 2 little kids with me, toddler and baby. As soon as she finished speaking, she just made a beeline, for the exit. Right as she was walking out, a bee stung my little baby, and he was crying and wailing. He was walking out, and she saw, what was going on, and said, what's wrong? Is he okay? And I said, there's a bee sting, and she said, well, you need to go inside, go in the kitchen, get some baking soda and some water, make a paste, and put it on the sting, and then he'll be fine. I, in my distraught, state, went in and calmly followed her instructions, and guess what? It made everything better.
She is truly one of the most level-headed and hardest working people I've ever been around, and I've been around a lot of people in my age.
I knew hundreds of senators, and some of them stand out, and she will definitely be one of those for all of the right reasons. She possesses all the qualities one would hope that a legislator would have.
What I admire most about Leader Floyd is just her sincerity, her passion, and her dedication. She's somebody who works incredibly hard for the things that she wants and the people that she loves.
She's the cheapest person in Democratic politics other than myself, but I don't mean that as a rib or as an insult. It really reflects her discipline.
I admire everything about Senator Floyd. She was very concerned about the outcome on behalf of all the people of the state, and if she could have a hand in making legislation better, even if it was not her own or her caucus's own, if she could improve on things, she would make that effort.
The summer she was running for House, we found out, because she was such a good door knocker, that she had broken her foot and did not tell us and kept knocking doors. So that's the hard worker she is.
My time with her on the Judiciary Committee has been phenomenal. Whenever I'm looking at bills that we'll put on the committee and discussing with my Vice Chair, Gallagher, it's like, well, what would Senator Floyd say about this?
She's the best leader I've ever had in any facet of my life. And she's always unconditionally there for any question, support, whatever that I need, and I know that. She doesn't kind of meddle in the small stuff. I think she's got a mind and a vision for big things. There really is no other better example of what an Oklahoma State Senator should be. She's it.
I've learned most from you, not by working on your legislation with you, but just by listening to you. Your questions in committee and on the floor helped me in future bill drafts for all senators fill those holes and make a more complete product. One senator has actually referred to it as Floyd-proofing a bill.
I think she has turned out to be one of the great leaders in the state that I've had a chance to work with.
One of the high points of my week during the time that we were in session was having a chance to be able to work with her in the Judiciary Committee. The secret that nobody really knew, except I think for me, is that Senator Floyd always carried around 3 highlighters. There was a green highlighter, a yellow highlighter, and a pink highlighter. Pink was the kiss of death. And so as a result, I had an inside track before Senator Floyd started asking her questions where she stood on different bills.
She's the smartest person in every room she walks into. By far, the smartest person in the Senate, thoughtful, hardworking, does this job the way every person should do this job.
She has such a calm spirit about her. She's incredibly intelligent. She's very funny. What I admire most, though, is just her ability to do this job and keep a balanced approach to everything that she does.
When I think of Kay's legacy, when she first started running for office, she would talk about how she was the only woman in the room. That her entire career, she knew what that felt like, and that inspired her to run for office. And she became the first woman Senate leader, the first openly gay woman to serve in the legislature. And she has spent her career mentoring young women, encouraging them to run for office. And now, as leaving as Senate leader, the Senate Democratic caucus is majority female for the first time ever.
You know, the work she's done on the sexual assault kids is stuff that should have been done long before she started it. The fact that she took that on, a very difficult subject, and has seen it through and been able to use her position as minority leader to make her impact much bigger than somebody would think by the size of the caucus. It's just a testament to how good she is.
So I think Senator Floyd will be remembered for the way that she's helped us rebuild and become the minority voice in the Senate. She's one of the first leaders that came in when we were in the minority, and that's just a different role that we play. And I think she helped rebuild not only in the building but outside the building how we have to function together to be effective.
6 years as leader of a caucus in the Oklahoma legislature is really a long time to do a job like that, and I think she was able to do it so effectively because of who she is and where she comes from and the way that she approached service.
I think her policies will obviously be part of Senator Floyd's legacy. She did a lot to protect the rights and increase awareness for sexual assault and domestic violence survivors through lethality assessment protocols and sexual assault forensic evidence task force, from creating the leave of last resort for state employees to share leave time, to getting suicide prevention training and inhalers in our public schools, and Shepherd's Law, making sure that children in child care facilities had safe sleeping arrangements. The list goes on, but I think the bulk had the underlining theme of safeguarding others. And I really think that resonates with the type of person that Kay Floyd is, and that's a woman of justice. It was more important that the policy was accomplished than the praise or attention received. She didn't need to be loud or manipulative to be effective. She met people where they were. She tried to understand them as a person and their positions. And in the cases that she wasn't able to gain consensus, she at least usually walked away gaining respect.
Her legacy is going to be more so about law and about structure, and that there's a right way to do things and there's a right way to treat people. And she has been an example of both of those.
I think her legacy will be quiet power, let's say that.
It's hard to wrap up her legacy. She's been an incredible leader. She's shown us how to work together. She's shown us how to get things done. As we move forward without her, there's going to be a huge vacuum.
I think that Senator Floyd's legacy will be that she was an amazing leader, that she was able to get things done. I think that she will go down in Senate history as probably one of the most respected legislators that we've ever had.
She has changed the state, she has changed the Democratic caucus, and she has changed lives.
I feel confident that Kay Floyd and I have a genuine friendship and relationship, and I will see us spending many more days together whenever we're both outside this building.
I'm grateful for the 10 years I've had working with you on judiciary. I know for a fact the chairs you've served with have the utmost respect for you, from former Senator Sykes to Senator Daniels to Senator Howard, and then back to Senator Daniels, and then once again Senator Howard.
I love Kay Floyd. I'll miss working with Kay Floyd. I think Kay Floyd is one of the finest individuals I've ever met in my life.
It was my honor and privilege to have worked with you. Thank you, Senator Floyd.
As her chief supporter from day one, I'm her day one guy. I've had the best seat in the House, and it's been a great ride. God has blessed me to experience my leader, my friend, the judge, Leader Kay Floyd.
I'm going to miss you, Leader Floyd. You have just been such an incredible role model to me personally, and I am so appreciative for all of the time that you've spent in mentoring me in this building.
You're an absolute joy. You will be missed. You've made my bills better. You've made me a better legislator. And I just value so much the relationship that we've had over these past few years.
Kay, I want to thank you for always having the people of the state of Oklahoma at the center of your decisions and your deliberations on policy.
As a constituent, thank you so much for your service. As an employee, thank you so much for a wonderful working relationship.
Thank you for all you've done and the way that you push us all to be better. Hope you actually take a vacation now, and I'm glad for all your service.
I just love you so much. Knowing that you believe in me and have my back keeps me going every day, so thank you for believing in me.
I hope whatever comes next in her life, it is as fulfilling and wonderful as it could possibly be, because she deserves it.
Thank you was a common phrase used in our office, and A lot of the times it was the last two words that we would say to one another, regardless of the day or the situation or how many piles of paper we just shuffled between one another. And for me, those two words mean a lot. So thank you was enough to get me, and I hope her, through a lot of tough days. And so I guess it's only appropriate that I end this by saying thank you. Thank you, Senator Floyd, for being you and for allowing me to work alongside you. It has been an honor, and you will be missed.